Live from Penn State's campus, this is Nittany Talk. I'm Paloma Frount, and in today's episode, we are going to discuss our favorite movies, celebrate the Holi Holiday, and talk with our special guest Thon Dancer, Sammy Vaillancourt. Now, let's get to talking. Welcome back to Nittany Talk. My co-hosts Courtney Green, Sadie Prodsy, and Janelle Randolph and I will be discussing our favorite movies in honor of the Oscars. So guys, what are your favorite movies?
So my favorite movie is Me Before You, which is like a rom-com. It's with Emilia Clarke, and it's a really cute movie that takes place, I'm pretty sure, in Scotland or London. And it's about this girl who takes care of this man who has paraplegic disease, and it's just really cute. You gotta watch it.
Is that the one with Sam Claflin in it?
Yes.
I love that movie.
It's so cute. Made me bawl my eyes out at the end, but I love it.
Oh my god, yeah, that movie was so good.
Yeah.
Do you have a second one that you like?
Okay, so this one might be a little funny, but I love Fast and Furious
Of course,
with
yeah.
Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, R.I.P. I love that movie so much. I love the fourth one because they rob a bank, and I just love seeing like heists like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that one's sick. I like the cars.
What about you?
Okay, so my two. The first one's a comedy special. It's Pete Davidson alive in New York.
I want to watch that so bad.
Same.
It's so funny. I love it. It's like definitely. I've seen it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, I just rewatch it. It's so good. The clips on YouTube are funny too.
I have to watch it then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That, and then it's a little bit different, but Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
A classic.
Yes.
I don't have a favorite between the first two. The first one came out in 1971. The second one was 2005. So obviously, around 30 years of a difference is going to be a big deal. I know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
But I'm really looking forward to Timothée Chalamet's new one. It's coming out in 2023, which is unfortunately 2 years away, but like, you know, soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite movie ever has to be The Notebook.
Oh,
I think
love
like
The Notebook.
it set expectations so high for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, while it is like sort of unrealistic, I do think that it's a movie a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, like whole like forbidden love and, you know, like riding their bikes around. And it's just like eating their little ice cream dates. Like it is such a
That
cute
is so cute.
movie.
Yeah.
But obviously like it's such people are like, oh, that's unrealistic love. But
You
no,
never
like,
know.
reach for that.
No, I like the
reach
ending.
for the stars.
I like the ending, like where the old people when they're old and like they're in love. Like that's so cute to me.
Yeah.
There's a part where he says, like, his kids are telling him, like, oh, like, leave mom at the nursing home, you know, you know, you come home with us. And he's like, that's my sweetheart. I'm not leaving her.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh my
was
God.
crying.
Yeah.
And I was crying so hard when
Yeah.
that scene came on.
Uh-huh.
But should we talk about the Oscars? What's one of your favorite movies possibly?
I have West Side Story nominated. Well, they are nominated, but I have them
Yeah.
because I don't know, I love West Side Story. I love movies that are kind of like basically musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the soundtrack is nominated for like best soundtrack, and the soundtrack is just, it's chef's kiss. It's amazing. I love it.
I have to
So
watch
definitely that one. Which one do you have?
Yeah.
I have I was going to talk about the nominated actors and the leading roles. Will Smith, no surprise,
Hilarious.
was nominated for
Yeah.
actor in a leading role. If you look at all of his movies, he was nominated for King Richard this time, but which I actually haven't watched, but does look incredible, and I would love to watch that movie. But I always think like Men in Black, that's some of my favorite movies.
Black.
His
Such a
acting
good
is
one.
incredible. And then Kidman, I'm sorry, was actress nominated for actress in leading role. And again, I haven't seen the movie for which she specifically got nominated for this award for, but I don't know if any of you saw The Undoing. It was a show that came out, I believe, in 2020. incredible show. It was on HBO. It was just this crazy story about like this prestigious like Manhattan family, and she's the mother on the show, and her acting is so incredible that you forget you're watching a show. It almost even seems like a documentary because she is such, I think, a believable actress.
Yeah.
Then I know we were talking earlier about animated films and animated feature film. One of the ones that was nominated was Luca, and I love that movie. I know you were saying you watched it as well.
Luca, I love that movie. I thought it was so cute how he didn't want to be human, right? And like
he didn't want to be a mermaid.
Mermaid, that's what it was. I thought that was so cute. And didn't you say that it was the first like LGBTQ movie?
Yes.
Like that's so cool that how progressive Disney has gotten in the past, you know. Speaking of Disney though, my other favorite movie is Turning Red, which just came out on Disney Plus. You guys have to watch it. It's so cute. The mom in it is played by Sandra Oh, who plays Christina in Grey's Anatomy. So you know it's gonna be good because she's in it. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man No Way From Home is nominated for Best Visual Effects, and that movie was incredible to watch in the theaters, and I love Tom Holland and Zendaya, so like Zendaya slays. Yes,
literally.
Exactly. So I love those movies.
They were great. Okay, to keep on going, talking about Zendaya, Dune, it's nominated for 10 Oscars. I mean, I've been following the press tour. Hilarious. They do such a good job. The director is so in tune with the storyline and wanted to portray it like correctly. It's been in the making like for years, which is crazy. Like he had the script and everything written and was just kind of casting it like slowly, you know, picking people. And it had a budget of $165 million, which is crazy. I know. It's not as much as Spider-Man, which had $200 million.
Yeah, but it's Spider-Man.
I mean, oh yeah, it's Marvel, but that's okay. Dune, I think this is a hot take, but it's, to me, up there with Star Wars. I think it's great. I think it's, like, going to progress with the kind of, like, dystopian, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
And also, you know, it had Timothée Chalamet and Rebecca Ferguson in it. It's up there on the screen. We got it in the corner.
Yeah.
I just saw TikTok. Somebody posted that they sat next to him on the plane. What? They were like, my mom sat next to him, so I switched seats with my mom.
I would have done that.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. That's such a cool
That sounds like a
person.
fun plane ride.
Well, that concludes our discussion for today. Stay tuned for the next segment with our special guest, Thon Dancer Sammy Vaillancourt.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Courtney Green, and today on Nittany Talk, we're joined with Penn State student Sammy Vaillancourt. She's going to share with us her in-depth experience dancing for women in business as a Thon dancer. Sammy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Courtney. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
Awesome. No, it's so good to have you on. So I know that you were a dancer for Thon 2022. This is the first time in like 2 years that we're back in the BJC for like the full Thon experience. I know you're a freshman. What was your like experience like walking into like the floor for the first time?
It felt so surreal to be there, like all the people cheering for you as you're going by. Like it's a lot to take in, and it's so like welcoming just to be there.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great
Did you have any
feeling.
like friends in the stands that you were like looking for or anything at first?
Yeah, my girls at Women in Business, which is who I danced for, and then I also had some friends who were at like the very top. I couldn't see them, but I don't even know that they could see me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I was probably a little speck.
That's okay. Yeah. Have you previously been to Thon before?
No. So
Never.
as a kid, I would always see people like shaking the cans. And so I knew what Thon was from my mom. She was a Penn Stater. So yeah, so I'd always like, Thon always had a special place in my heart. I knew as a kid, I was like, I want to dance for that because it's something that's so great.
Yeah.
So I had applied through Women in Business and they picked me. And I had never been to a Thon before. My original plan was to just like check it out because I'm a freshman.
Wait, you had never been to a Thon before?
No.
Yet you went as your first time for the 46 hours. Oh my God, that's crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so you've never been before. Did you like know what you were getting into?
No.
What made you like choose to be a dancer? Like, did anyone warn you like, hey, you're gonna be on your feet for 46 hours?
They did. Funny story. I did not know you couldn't sit. I knew you couldn't sleep, but I didn't know you couldn't sit. But I figured that out really fast.
Oh,
like a couple months before I danced, of course. And so yeah, I didn't like know much going in besides like the cause, and like I didn't know like what to expect, so everything was just very surprising and exciting.
That's good.
Yes.
What does Thon mean to you, like specifically? Like what made you really want to go out of your comfort zone and do this?
Well, Thon's like so special, just like being able to support families that are in need, like their child's going through cancer. Like the last thing that they need to worry about is having to pay for that.
Yeah.
And they have the added support and the therapy that they offer. So I'm just really like proud supporter of the Four Diamonds. I also had cancer in my family, like survivors, people I've lost, and childhood cancer too. So it's just something that like really hit home.
Yeah.
It's something I'm like proud I have done.
No, I'm so proud of you for doing that. That's like really good. Do you think you're gonna do it again?
I hope.
Maybe, yeah.
If not, like get involved. Like I could definitely see myself dancing again. The other day my friend was like, "Hey Sammy, we should dance together," and I was like,
Maybe
yes.
give me a year.
Like I'm down though. Like
Yeah.
if anything, I could definitely see myself being a DRCM because I know how much they came in clutch for me when I was a dancer. So I'd love to be able to like support other people doing like something that I love doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what Thon's all about, is the support system.
Exactly.
I'm so happy you were able to feel that. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, the orgs are like spaced out throughout the BJC. It's huge. Granted, there's like one like little part that is behind the stage, but most of like everything is spaced out. As like the hours go on, I started to notice personally that like, you know, sections get a little bit thinner just because it's like, you know, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and it's hard to fill those. How did you like stay motivated while that was like going on? Did you know that it was the middle of the night, or were you just like, there's still people here?
Yeah, so I did know the time. I think knowing the time personally for me helped because I was like, okay, like I got some done. I only have some more to go.
Yeah.
But there were definitely like more dead hours, but I would say that the sororities and fraternities did a really good job of like staying there, like some for the whole time. And I think being in the stands the whole time is probably a lot worse than being on the floor because you're being taken care of. So, but they were like really supportive the whole time, and they were like cheering and like really engaging. And I didn't, as a dancer, didn't really notice when like too many people would leave. There were definitely like crowd surges during some of the more active hours, but I'd say it always was like a really happening place.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think that's like what, so from the stands looking in, that's what we were going for. So I'm so happy you felt that way.
Yeah.
Did you practice like standing on your feet at all before going? Not at all?
No. I mean, I stand on my feet every day.
True.
So I was like, I probably have enough practice. If anything, I just got lots of rest. I like kind of cut back on my workout regimen a week or two early. I cut coffee out like 2 months in advance.
Are you serious?
I love coffee, so it's really upsetting, but for the kids.
Exactly, yeah. It's
Yeah.
for a cause. Did you have any caffeine to keep you going while you were in there?
You're not allowed to.
What?
Yeah, you're not allowed to have caffeine.
I didn't even know that. That's
But you
crazy.
have food.
Okay,
And
yeah.
the food is good.
I had a question about that. I know they set up tables for you guys. It was like, honestly, it was my first Thon too. So looking down, they had like little games and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is a weird question, but like I know that they like kind of carried out like big posters that said what food they were serving.
Yeah.
Was that like a highlight for you at all? What was your favorite meal while you were dancing? How did they feed you? That sort of stuff.
Okay, so my favorite meal while I was dancing, I thought they did a really good job of like having us know when the meals were. They had signs, they had it on like the big boards. Even when like the bands were playing, which the shows were amazing. I loved like dancing really hard to those with my friends. And so they would have like all this sort of like signage. People would be walking around telling you like, oh, like it's dinner time. So you would know, not really dinner time, you know, 'cause
but like it's meal time.
yeah, it's meal time. And my favorite one was they had these like, it was like burrito bowls.
Cool.
And they were just so good. Like they were amazing. It was exactly what I needed. It was like, I want to say middle of the second day.
Yeah.
And which is like a hard time. After you get past the first like 10 hours, it's really hard.
You start feeling it a little more. Yeah.
Definitely.
So I want to kind of focus on later on in Thon, not specifically the last 4 hours, but like, you know, they have characters come out to entertain the families. They give the little kids water guns and stuff to keep everyone kind of like super engaged. As like the videos start to get more like, you know, heartfelt, more like focusing on the cause, what really kept you like pulled together for those last hours? Because I know it gets really emotional.
Yeah, I remember at one point the second day, my body just didn't know what to do, so I just started crying because I was so sleep deprived.
Oh my God, yeah.
But something that really helped me going along with like what you're talking about with like the videos and family hour is that they had this whole tunnel of all the stories. So whenever it would get really hard and I was just like my whole body was in pain, I was exhausted. So it was just really, really like challenging at points. I would walk through there and I'd read the stories and I'd find like so much inspiration from the strength that these families and children had that I was like, I can do this. Like, and then for the final 4 hours, it's something that's really special, especially during family hours. You have everybody like near you and everybody's just bonding over the fact that like you're almost there. You did it for these people who couldn't make it. It just takes so much strength and you really get a holistic view of why you're there. So it's something that's just such a beautiful thing I think everyone should experience.
It's definitely once in a lifetime. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Sammy, for coming on to Nittany Talk and sharing your experience as a dancer. I got a lot of insight out of this. I know our viewers will as well. And for Nittany Talk, I'm Courtney Green.
Welcome back to Nittany Talk. I'm Paloma Fround, and today my co-host and I will be discussing the Festival of Colors, Holi. We are also being joined by one of Nittany Talk's directors who has actually experienced the holiday herself.
Hey guys, I'm Ritu GS and I'm one of the directors for Nittany Talk, and we're going to be talking about Holi. So Holi is a festival that's celebrated in my country. I'm from Mumbai, India. And I kind of want to talk about this segment because I've been missing home a lot. You know, I've been here for like 2 years now. And I kind of wanted to tell people and educate people about a festival that's filled with so much love and so much color. So I know you guys have the history of Holi. I still don't know a lot about it. So could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I have learned that it signifies the triumph of good versus bad. It is also signifies the eternal and divine love between Hindu gods, Radha and Krishna.
Yeah, Radha Krishna.
Radha Krishna.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little
Yeah,
about that?
so in like Hindu mythology, and I know you were telling me like your dad likes Hindu mythology a little bit.
My uncle,
Your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Radha Krishna are kind of like this couple who are like eternal love, who've like, it's like this really kind of a rom-com. I don't know why they haven't made a Bollywood movie about them yet, but it's like their love is so like cute and romantic, and I think this is what the festival celebrates as well. It's a time where everyone comes together and celebrates love.
Yeah.
And I know it's also it celebrates the onset of spring, kind of like Mardi Gras for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems really fun. Like, from what you've told me, from what I've researched, like, minimally, but, I mean, you're throwing colors at people, like, some of them you can make at home, water guns. It all sounds, like, really fun. It kind of plays into, like, the childhood aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we were saying people wear white in order to be able to show the colors that, you know, from the water guns and the water balloons. And that just seems like such an incredible experience. It really is like the blossoming of love and a chance for the whole community to come together and make new friends or hang out with existing friends. And I think that's a really beautiful thing.
You said it perfectly, Paloma. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I would purposefully like wear all white because I wanted to tie and dye my t-shirt because that's what you can do with these colors. And like, I never knew how to tie and dye. So I would wear all white and ask all my friends to throw like water balloons at me and put color with water guns. So like, I could really look like a walking art piece because I absolutely loved everything about that. I loved how creative it was. I loved how colorful it is. And I try and embody that with like, you know, everything I do because it's a part of my culture.
You are a very colorful person.
Thank you.
I always see you
Oh,
wearing, I love
you guys
it.
are so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about like the history and like especially like the family aspect. I know like before Holi, I just learned that they have a huge like bonfire and like everyone gathers around and like they have like the entire family, the extended family, like and I just find that like so neat. Like right before the celebration, it's like kind of like a pre-celebration. It's neat how big this is.
There's like a lot of music and stuff. It sounds really fun.
Yeah.
I love too how it's not just, you know, celebrated in India, but it's also like you were discussing earlier, and like I've researched, it's celebrated all over the world, and people from all over the world can know about this holiday.
Yeah.
Like a lot of DJs come to India around that time because they know it's the time that people want to celebrate and listen to music and party in a way. So I think
Yes,
it's really cool.
like it's such a big festival because I was like looking through Instagram stories because this festival was on Friday, and my friends who study in LA and Boston were like having these big parties around LA, everyone walking around with like colors on their face and all of that. So I thought it was so cool. I saw pictures of it celebrated in New York as well, and I think that was great.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know it's like a huge festival because Pharrell Williams also did a Holi collection with his NMD.
Yeah, I saw that.
His NMD shoes like Human Race, and he did like a full Holi collection and it looked so cool.
Yeah.
I know, like sold out in India, and I think people over here bought it as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like how it's kind of like going into like our culture too. We're starting to like see it just through sneakers, like how he made them where it looks like the
Yes.
colors are blending over.
Yeah.
I thought that was really beautiful and cool.
Exactly, and it's like although it's a Hindu festival, everyone should celebrate every festival, and just have fun with it. So I think it's great that people are coming together and we have a platform like this to tell people about what Holi is. So next time I can see all of you at like my Holi party as well.
Yes, I would love to
some
come.
water balloons and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an incredible holiday. And well, that does wrap up our time we have for today. Thanks for watching Nittany Talk. And for Nittany Talk, I am Paloma Fern, and we'll see you next time.